Hello everybody, this is Molly. How are y'all doing? Well, I just finished one little mini. I'm making kind of a masculine version, and then I'm going to make more of a feminine version. I'm working on that one for me. My husband and I are going to be taking a trip to Florida, and so I'm making him a little travel journal and photo album, and I'm making me one. So his is more in the blues and greens and watercolor looks. Mine's going to be more in the corals and sun colors and things like that, so I'll show you that when I get finished. But what started the thought complex on me doing this was I have bought over the years, just kind of every kind of beach line that came out. Well, the newer ones that came out this year, this is from Tim Coffey from K & Company. Let me see if I can pan back just a little bit. No, can't go back. I can hold the thing up a little more. Okay. Excuse me. This is from Tim Coffey. It's from K & Company, and it is a beautiful collection. It's his travel collection. So again, for his book, I pulled out the blues, and then for my book, I'm going to be using more of the coral colors and all. But so I had that one, and then I bought this one from Tim Coffey, which the papers are just stunning. And of course, I've got this from K & Company, years old, and I had a couple of those. It's the sea glass collection, which I happen to love sea glass. But anyway, so it's pretty blues and greens in that beautiful paper and all. So I pulled from that. Of course, who can exist without the G45 paper line, the tropical travel log. That's just beautiful. The color's so rich and all. So I kind of mixed some of that in. And last but certainly not least, I had a tablet. You can still see my Jann N sticker on it, of the G45 on the boardwalk that I've had and gone through a couple of pads of. And I love this collection. So I just kind of had all that paper in front of me, and of course a lot of embellishments I had bought from Joann's 50% off sale and all. So I made this little travel log. So to start off with, this was a charm that I had originally made for a charm swap on the Scrap Beach. Leone Castro had hosted them. Well, what I did was I took that charm that I had made, and I took off some of the crystal pieces. There was a lot more crystals and things on it, and I added some more masculine looks. So I added a sailboat. I added a Tim Holtz, word strip there. I added an anchor, things like that to try to masculine it up some. Added a word thing here. So I took off some of the crystal pieces, added in more of the masculine things, and I like the way it came out, the feel of it and all. The cover of the book, this is one of the papers from the Tim Coffey line. I hope you can see it. That beautiful lighthouse. This is a filigree I cut from... of course, Joann's 50% off sale. They had some Sizzix pieces and all. I got half off. This was a scroll. There's a set of 2 different scrolls on the die. This is one of them. And then what I did was I embossed it with a patina embossing powder that's kind of the beautiful verdigris colors of greens and things. And then I just kind of touched it again with some embossing, Versamark, and then put a copper finish on top of that. So it looks like just a pretty old piece that you'd find. This is... this piece right here is a wooden, it's from the Melody Ross collection that I had bought, and they are the cutest things. There's just, got them on sale at Joann's, and it's just a lot of great little sayings. They're actually cardboard, but they're meant to look like burnt wood and all, so I like that. This right here, I don't know if you can even kind of see it, but it's a vellum frame from the Tim Coffey line, so I put that there. And then this right here is one of the papers cut, the tropical travelogue paper line from G45. Has one of their sheets has like rows of kind of postcard looking things, and so I cut this one out, and then I just watercolored it a little bit, to add the Floridian looking watercolor painting to it. So that's my cover. So it's kind of flat, good for traveling and all. Got to glue that back down and then get to going. Okay, so here's the inside. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I struggled with trying to not cover up this paper. I just love it. Here's a vellum frame from the line, but look how beautiful that paper is behind it. You can see it's got kind of that sheen and stuff to it. So we'll put our picture here, and then I'll glue the rest of that down so it's good and safe. But just love the paper. I took a piece of chipboard and then just distressed I did the chipboard, and then I did kind of a wash of Tim Holtz distressings underneath it. You can't hardly see it here, but there's I used the blues and the greens and things, and then I crackled over it, and I made sure I put a real thick coat and heat dried it so it would give me a real big crackle on it. And then of course I just dropped a charm off that that says Journey. And then this right here is a pocket I don't think I have anything near me I can poke under there. You have to just trust me on this one. It's a pocket underneath there. So these are some of the just little icons cut out from the line. But I thought that made a cute piece. And then here's more of the Tim Coffey paper on the back of it. And I just left some of the other showing. I just love that paper line. Okay. This page is a little plainer. I left this pocket up where I can poke some things behind it. This is one of the epoxy stickers. Isn't that beautiful with that ship on there? Clipper ship on there. And then these papers, gosh knows which line they're from. I couldn't even tell you anymore. I use so many of them. But this opens up for a little spread inside. And then, of course, it's got a magnet there to hold it closed. I like the look and feel of that. And, of course, my husband likes clipper ships and all that. This page is plain again, kind of. That's some of the pretty Tim Coffey paper, one of his vellum frames. I'll glue that down later. And then I want to give a shout out to one of the ladies, Jann. She's Yorkie Yodel Dog, I think. Yorkie Yodel Dog. I'll put her link down below. But she had done a travel journal before, and I've looked at that video, I don't know, probably 10, 15 times. It's under one of my favorites, one of my playlists. I just love it. So I certainly scrap-lifted some ideas from her on, interweaving some different size pages and doing things and all. So Jann, thank you so much for that. Your work is beautiful. So anyway, I made a little pocket. Just took a double-sided, pattern paper. This is one side of the paper. This is the other. Scored it in half because the book is, just right at 6 inches wide. Scored the paper in half. Folded it myself up a little lip. Folded it in half again to make this pocket. And then, of course, cut my little holes in there. So you got a pocket there, and then, of course, that leaves you a pocket at the top to come out. And then that leaves you a pocket on the back. So I like the fact that one little sheet of paper, and, of course, I even got a border. I had to cut the paper down. So this is 6 inches tall, but then I cut off like 3 inches there. But, so just love how that turned out. So thank you, Jann, for that. This next page, I hope the light is not too glary. Let me see if I turn this one. If I turn this one off, does that help a little bit? You can see the beautiful fish on that paper. And then again, this one I just made a pocket page out of, and made some tags. And they're very lightweight because they're just the paper, but these are some of the epoxy stickers from the Tim Coffey line. That line was just exquisite. He's just a great artist and an extremely nice gentleman, it seems like. So that's a pocket page. This page, I remember those rub-ons from 100 years ago. From Art Warehouse. I wished I'd had an extra E. I had to put real life, like as if fish and real. But anyway, so it's real life. Put a fish there, nothing much. Tied some jute string around there to give it kind of a fishing look. And then here's another one of the inserts that I did. Thank you again, Jann. Again, one of the pretty papers, and then tied some string on it with 3 different little charms, old brass charms I've had forever and ever. The captain's wheel, a sailboat, and a fish. This is off the Tropical Travelog line, I think, and I just mounted it on chipboard. This is another one of the things I think from Tropical Travelog. And then here's some more of those papers I was telling you about. Isn't that beautiful? So I just cut it. It opens like this. How easy is that? Rounded the corners. But what it is like, here's one side of the paper. And of course, here was the back of the paper. So it was just too easy to cut this thing. Isn't that beautiful? Fold it up and make a little mini book. And then it fits under here. But also in here is a taller passport size almost piece. Aren't those papers just beautiful? I love them. Okay, so that's a pocket I made there. And then on the back of it, I took and just, this was some of the paper folded back. Isn't that pretty? And then I just took and made a little belly band piece almost there. If I wanted to tuck something under there, I could. Use some pretty old brads that I had. Probably making memories. Can't really remember. Again, mounted one of those pretty cards to a piece of pattern paper to make just another spot. And then made a little journaling book. Another one of the epoxy stickers. Isn't that beautiful? So masculine and pretty. And then just made a little book inside. That's a little epoxy sticker there. But this is just the paper itself, just so pretty. So I thought it was just perfect for that. And they poke in there, and you could poke some other things, And then look at this paper. Okay, really, Mr. Coffey, that is just to die for, gorgeous. My husband loved the paper line. So easy to make. Okay, here's the next page. And what I did here, I had found, I don't know if you can see that pretty mermaid. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm struggling here. Let me take this out. Oh, let me take it out. Hold on, is it stuck? Is it stuck? Hold on, let me get just a minute. I might have put it in there before the glue dried. Oh yeah, I'm gonna struggle with this one. Hold on. Oh, there it goes, there it goes, there, okay. So what that was, and I'll have to fix that, I vellum taped it down. That's a transparency that you can see had just some gold writing on. Gold artwork on, and I cut a piece of this to hold these things in because I didn't want to cover up the beautiful mermaid. So I've got to I'm hoping we can get some pictures of lighthouses and things, and we'll put a tall thin panoramic type picture there. And then here's another one. This is the graphic 45 paper, just beautiful. And then what these are is some digital art I got from, I think, Designer Digitals, and they're stunning library cards. And see, you've got the shells and the starfishes and then ships. So just beautiful artwork from Designer Digitals. Used Stampin' Up! Brad there, and then some pretty ribbons and things that I've got off. These I got from I think it was Anna and Danielle or something, one of the lines on eBay, Etsy. Some pretty paper, and then ribbon I had. And then the back are just the pattern papers from the Tim Coffey line. But just, oh, I loved them. Now I'm going to have to, oh, I see what happened. There's some tape on the back of that I'll have to get off. So I'll have to fix that where it doesn't stick. But I like how that was just, in there without hiding anything. And then the back of this page, you can see that was, this page is one of the newer graphic 45 pages, I believe. Could have been Tim, I'm not sure. But this border that you see here is the back of this on the boardwalk paper. So this comes out. And of course it's all where it'll lift up, and you can stick some underneath there, just black on the back. But you can see that's one of the old, I think, on the boardwalk papers. So I just folded it, and then folded it in half, and then folded this back, so it made a pocket in there. And then these are the two cards cut out from the, I think, on the boardwalk collection, and they're up so you can. They don't come off, but they're up so you can poke something behind them and all, but just pretty artwork. And this pokes back in there. I probably will end up doing something along the top of there, but haven't yet. And then here's another one of the ideas that I copied from Jann. Again, thank you so much, ma'am. I'm leaving them plain here because I'm hoping for pretty pictures. This is the On the Boardwalk paper. Kind of an a la toilet paper mini. I can't wrap my head around a toilet paper mini, but those of you who do them, they're stunning. Too little for me, I guess. Anyway, so this folds, and then here's another one with the tab that comes out, and that folds, and then you've got room for bigger artwork there. And then this comes out. Left them just black because I thought that'd make a pretty mat, and use some of the pretty paper. I tried to tie in the papers to go together, and then even a bigger one. Not too much there because I'll have to wait and see what happens. And then this back piece, these are some of the chipboard stickers from Tim Coffey's line. Kind of a big piece for an artwork there. And then look how cute this paper is. This was another one of my husband's favorite. So, thinking ahead to our trip, I'm thinking we're going to go out to eat. I'll take a picture of one of our huge meals where I feel like, oh my God, I feel like a beached whale afterwards or something. No, all kidding aside. But my husband loved the paper, but I'm just imagining what picture I can put there. And then, okay, just stop for a minute again. Isn't this beautiful paper? That is so pretty. Geez Louise, that's pretty. Okay, now enough of me, I'm a paper nut. So anyway, now here's the Sizzix die, the vintage, I'm saying Sizzix, excuse me, Tim. The Tim Holtz vintage globe die. Cut it out of black chipboard. Cut it again out of, let's see if you can see it, that sea glass paper, which I don't know if you can see on there, but it's kind of like a crackle paint look to the paper. And then cut it out again in one of the green colors of crackle paper. Inked the edges and all, and then glued them all together. And then I wanted this black, and I wanted the weight of the black, so I took and just embossed right here, here, and here with copper embossing, so it looked like an actual stand. And of course it's only glued down on part, so something can go underneath there, like I'm going to cover that paper. But anyway, something that'll come out so you can still see that and all. But that goes there. And then here's another fold over sheet, and all I did here was took the sheet, folded it up in half, 6 by 6, sliced in the middle, 6 by 6. So, folded it this way, folded it up, and then these two pieces fold inside, so they make triangles. That was not clear at all, I'm sure. Again, some of the graphic 45 pieces and all. So, just pretty as it could be. And then, of course, there's a pocket in top. for another piece. So you get quite a, you could put a picture on each side here, a picture in there, a picture on each side there, picture, haven't made the tag for in here. You can poke things in there, make a picture and all that stuff. So just real easy breezy piece there. And then last but certainly not least, the end of the trail kind of thing, the last page of the book. So I haven't done anything there. I'm going to hopefully have some beautiful sunset pictures and things to put on that page. So just pretty as it can be. And the back of the book, just some of the pretty paper with the clipper ships on it and a map. But one of the other things I want to show you, not to bore you to death with that, but you can't see it. You may or may not can. I actually just took chipboard, cut 12 by 12 chipboard into just a little bit wider than 6, so it's like 6 1/4. But instead of distressing the edges, because I was wearing myself out and the ink pad out, I actually pulled out some colors of Lindy's Stamp Gang, the doubloons gold and Buccaneer Pirate blue, Buccaneer Bay blue, or whatever the colors are, and one of the pretty greens. And I actually sprayed the edges of the chipboard. So I don't know if you can see it on this thing, but it gives it the most wonderful, so that's why I have left a little bit wider border than I normally would on the edge, so you can see it. In your hand and up close, you can see that pretty shining through, like the treasures of the beach and all. So it just came out real pretty, I thought. Everybody's got their own style, but I sure like it. So I just wanted to share that with you. I know I've seen some other ladies have done some things with Tim Coffey's line, but I have plenty of paper left. Let me give you just a hint of what my book's going to look like. Hold on just a second. This is as far as I've gotten on it, but what I've done here, and I don't mind that the things are curl, because it kind of gives you, how everything at the beach curls. My edges, instead of distressing them, I've whitewashed them. So I'm going to have a whitewashed edges to my book with the distressed ink, which I like. And then see how my pages are going to be more in the coral colors. So here's the start. See that pretty tropical, tropical travelogue paper. Here's another one of the coral pieces. So I've already made some of my pocket pages and all. Isn't that pretty? I'm saying isn't that pretty, like I'm going to have y'all answer. And then here's the start to my little stack. I haven't finished it yet, but where I did that little, toilet paper look, here's the start to some of my papers. So you can see where mine's going to be a little bit more bright and corally color, where his is the more muted and all watercolor looks. So I hope you enjoy. Can't wait to finish my other book. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have fun scrapping and send more videos. Make more videos. Thank you. Y'all have fun. Bye-bye.